Old Spice was founded in 1934 by William Lightfoot Schultz and initially marketed women's products. However, it quickly became known for its men's grooming products, particularly aftershave and deodorants. The brand was acquired by Procter & Gamble in 1990, which led to significant changes in branding and product offerings. Today, Old Spice is recognized for its classic scents and innovative grooming solutions. I've got the Shulton's Old Spice Shave Soap, and I'm going to put it in a battle royale against Procter & Gamble's Old Spice Shave Cream. And let's see who reigns supreme, so stay tuned. Hello everyone, Nick here, welcome to my channel, and thank you so much for clicking on today's video. So happy to be here with you guys. That means my day's over and I'm here to shave. So, Battle Royale, Shulton Old Spice against Procter & Gamble Old Spice. I'm going to shave with these two and see which one reigns supreme. This guy right here is brand new. It's got the cover here. This one actually has an awesome little star on it. It says Old Spice on it. It doesn't look brand new. It looks used. You can't really see the ship in there anymore because when I got this, it was so dirty. The soap was actually kind of like an orange, you know, and I bloomed the scent notes, and when I poured it out, it was so nasty that I actually bloomed it again, and I grabbed a brush and I cleaned it up and I poured it out, and I just kept doing it until it got clean like this. So, oh, it smells so lovely too. This does not smell like any dupe or any homage that anybody does to Old Spice. If somebody tells you that they've done a dupe to Old Spice and it's the closest thing to Old Spice, well, maybe it is the closest thing to Old Spice, but if they tell you that it smells exactly like Old Spice, it doesn't. You know, they may argue about it, but when you take a vintage Old Spice like this, oh, and it's just so beautiful, so floral, so fresh, so nice. Yeah, when you have something like this, you have ammunition to argue with those guys and say, no, it really doesn't, bro. I have a whole bunch of dupes to Old Spice that are allegedly exactly like Old Spice, and none of them smell this beautiful. They all smell very spicy, very strong, very in your face. Nothing like this, man. So let's go over what I'm going to be doing the first shave with. I'm going to shave with the Shultons first. I'm going to shave soap here, and I do have the Aftershave Splash here. This is the vintage Aftershave Splash that has the gray bottle top here. The modern Procter & Gamble, it has the red bottle top here. So I've got that in the Aftershave Splash. I have my Shave Nation Allen block here. I've got my bougie little sprayer. It does have distilled water in it. And I've got my witch hazel in this vintage witch hazel bottle. I'm going to be using this for sure. I've got this Roman cup here. It's a stone cup, and I do have my vintage, what is this? This is a solid set sterilized. It's a restored brush. It's very, very beautiful, and it's got a badger knot in it. I've got it soaking in hot water. And to start off with, I'm going to use this Phoenix Shaving Pre-Shave Cube. This one's unscented. It's a menthol unscented. And I'm going to be using this timeless razor here to shave with. Not sure what blade I'm going to use. I got a bunch of blades down here. I'll grab one of them. This is a beautiful, beautiful razor. Very efficient. This was a gift, so yeah, I'm going to shave with this today. So without wasting any more time, let's get our face wet here. I'm just going to spray my face down a little bit, and then I'm going to get this pre-shave cube. I'm going to get this pre-shave on my face here. Get it all worked into my whiskers. And then we'll get that razor loaded. The first blade I have right here is a King C Gillette, so I'm just going to throw a King C Gillette in there. So I've got that on. I'm going to just dip my hands in the sink here and let's get this worked into our whiskers. All right, I've got that pre-shave on, so let's open up this razor here. Let's take it apart. Let's get a blade loaded up in here. I'm going to turn it upside down like this and get the barrel off because I do have a buffer ring in there. Whenever you have metal to metal on these razors, well, I always do. I always use a buffer ring. I never like to have metal to metal. So I'm going to put that buffer ring down. I'm going to separate this. Put this base plate down, and then like I said, I got a King C Gillette here, so I'm going to take this guy and I'm going to put him on the top cap here, and let's get this base plate. Let's put this base plate on, then we'll take this buffer ring, put this buffer ring on here, and then we'll take this barrel. Let's get it on this razor here. Alright, I'm going to back it off just a little bit and then tighten it back down. I'm sure everything is aligned, but it's just something I like to do. I'm going to take a look at that blade, make sure that it's aligned, Make sure everything looks good. There is a little bit of a blade overhang here, so just be cautious of that when you're going underneath your nose area. So yeah, it's all loaded. Let's get to shaving. So I got my Shultons here. I do have water in there because I'm blooming the scent notes here. I'm just going to dump that out real good. Make sure all of that water gets out of there. Alright, I got my shave brush here. It is not a synthetic, so it is soaking. So I'm going to grab it. I'm going to get all of the water out of here. There is a lot of water in there because it is a badger brush. And let's take this Shulton's Shave Soap here and let's load this brush for about 20 seconds here. Alright, I think that's 20 seconds there. Let's just get this excess off of here. Looks like I'm losing some hairs already. So I'm going to put that to the side. I'm going to grab my little sprayer, get my face wet with a couple of pumps here, and then we're going to start getting this shave soap on our face. And let's go over some of this information here about Shulton. So the Shulton Old Spice is widely considered a richer, smoother, and more powdery fragrance compared to the sharper, more synthetic scent of the Procter & Gamble. And yeah, I would agree with that 100%. While Procter & Gamble modernized the brand after buying it in 1990, many fans argue that the scent lost its depth, moving from a classic, nuanced aroma to a modern synthetic formula. So it doesn't look like much on my face now, but we're going to build some clouds, fellas. I'm going to get some more water on my face here on this soap, get a couple of pumps there. I used to always do just one, but now I do a couple of them just to get it hydrated and build them clouds. So the Shulton Old Spice scent profile, it's smooth, powdery, creamy, with strong musky and undertones. And yeah, warm spices for sure. It was made in the USA up until the early 1990s when Procter & Gamble took over. And it was known for higher quality ingredients. They just used better ingredients when they made the Shulton. So I'm just going to keep working this lather here. And that'll probably be the last time I go over my mustache area. I just wanted to get some on there, that way it's not too dry. We'll keep an eye on my mustache area though. Get it hydrated real good like that, and let's start working it here. So the Procter & Gamble Old Spice scent profile, it is described as a sharper, more citrus forward lemon bergamot with the synthetic edge. And a lot of people say it's missing the original powdery longevity. And yeah, it really is. And it is made globally, including the USA, Europe, and India, with variations in formula. And if you ask me, in my opinion, India makes by far the best modern Old Spice as far as the performance and the scent in today's market. And India does offer the deodorant, body wash, and aftershaves. And you can get the formula that's offered in India through multiple online platforms. Just got to search for it a little bit. All right, we're going to keep hydrating this guy. This badger knot feels really, really good here. So let's start right here, just like this, and let's paint this. Let's paint this water in right here. And let's look at the vintage scent notes compared to the modern scent notes. So the vintage, I'll go over my mustache one more time. The vintage scent notes are nutmeg, star anise, aldehydes, orange, and lemon. Those are the top notes for the vintage. The modern has the exact same scent notes, except they add clary sage to their top notes. The middle notes for the vintage and the Procter & Gamble are identical, with cinnamon, carnation, geranium, pimento, heliotrope, and jasmine. And the base notes for the vintage are benzoin, vanilla, musk, tonka bean, cedar, and ambergris. And the modern formula, the Procter & Gamble, has those exact same scent notes, except Procter & Gamble adds frankincense to theirs. So that is one more added scent that the Procter & Gamble puts in. And does it change it? It absolutely definitely does. So I'm going to keep adding water. And you know what? Let's just go ahead and let's just start building clouds on my face.
Word up. Check the technique, it's peak the prophecy. Ain't no other barber touching mics with me. El Mescalero on the scene. My cream is heavy, Old Spice in the cipher. The lather's legendary, step into the dome. This is razor sharp precision, a slick execution, a high stakes collision. Two kings in the ring with a foamy proposition. This that golden age shave, the illest composition. Taking it to the lather dome. Taking it to the lather dome. Yeah! Yeah, word up, check the technique. Shulton recipe, the classic sharp line. A gentleman's code, a masculine design. Then P&G steps in with a corporate greed. Planting plastic razors, a mass market seed. They water down the legacy for the quarterly gain. But the real heads know the difference in the game. I keep my blade sharp, my lather is profound. That old school Old Spice is the only true sound. Is the only true sound. Word up. Check the technique, it's peak the prophecy. Ain't no other barber touching mics with me. El Mescalero on the scene. My cream is heavy, Old Spice in the cipher. The lather's legendary, step into the dome. This is razor sharp precision, a slick execution, a high stakes collision. Two kings in the ring with a foamy proposition. This that golden age shave, the illest composition. Taking it to the lather dome. Taking it to the lather dome. Yeah! Yeah, word up, check the technique. Shulton recipe, the classic sharp line. A gentleman's code, a masculine design. Then P&G steps in with a corporate greed. Planting plastic razors, a mass market seed. They water down the legacy for the quarterly gain. But the real heads know the difference in the game. I keep my blade sharp, my lather is profound. That old school Old Spice is the only true sound. Is the only true sound. Yeah, word up, check the technique. Shulton recipe, the classic sharp line. A gentleman.
All right, fellas, I think we have successfully built lather. Clouds of lather. Look at this. That is nice. And look at how much is on the brush. It's just crazy. Let's check the peaks. Oh yeah, that is so ready to go. And this stuff smells so good. So I'm gonna take, oh, it's still wanting to fall off the brush. I'm gonna take a lot of this and I'm gonna paint it off of my face. That way we can save some of it, save some of this beautiful lather for our other passes. All right, there we go. Look at that brush. That is crazy. All right, let's get to shaving. All right, I have my timeless razor here. I'm gonna dip it in the water just to get it lubricated. And then we're gonna go with the grain starting over here. All right, that's it for the first pass there. This timeless razor is such a smooth razor. It is so easy to shave with. And it's really fun to shave with that razor, which is really odd because it's just a blade on a stick, right? But for some reason, it's got a lot of character. Really enjoyable. I'm going to get some soap here on my face really well here. And then, I don't know what we should do. Across the grain, against the grain. Well, let's, because of that razor is so fun, let's go across the grain on this one. All right, I'm going to start on this side over here. So there is that blade tab right there. Just be careful when you're going under your nose. Well, I've got soap on my face here. You know what? Let's add some water to it. Just one pump of water. Just a little bit of water. Just to see what it'll do. For science. Alright, it didn't blow up too much. Well, maybe none at all. That's okay. I just wanted to check. All right, that's 3 passes with this Shulton Old Spice. Let's rinse off, see where we're at. Oh, wow. Oh, wow, that's BBS. Oh, wow, there's a lot of slickness here, too. That's real nice. All right. Beautiful. Huh, I didn't expect this Old Spice, this vintage, to have this much slickness. That is wild. Wow. That's crazy. Feels like I put grease on my face. No lie. Huh, interesting. All right, I'm going to finish rinsing off here. All right, I'm rinsed off pretty good there. I keep rinsing off and rinsing off and rinsing off, and my face is just so slick. It's almost like I can't get that residual off of my face. I'm thoroughly impressed with this soap. This is wild. I've never had that happen before. You can usually rinse off the residual. So I'm going to dip this in the water. Let's go over my mustache area. Got a little zing there, nothing too much. I do have a little zing here. I thought I'd have more because I did have a couple of weepers there. But no, okay. Nothing here. If you could tell, I don't know if you could tell, but I got a red spot here. Whoops, sorry. I got a red spot here and I got a red spot here. Exactly this same area on each side. So is there anything there? Oh yeah, there's a really good sting there. What about over here? Oh yeah, actually that's a really, really good sting. So I guess I just maybe went a little heavy on those areas right there with that safety razor. So that is absolutely operator error right there. So yeah, I must have just, yeah, my technique. I've been shaving with the straight razor for the past, what, month, I think. So except Saturday, I did shave this past Saturday with a lather catcher, but that was the first time I shaved with a safety razor in quite some time. But no more sting anymore. So, but it is red. I noticed I got a red spot here. I don't know if it's coming up on camera, but got one there, but no big deal. It'll go away here in a bit. Actually, I was going to put the cap on, but I'm going to let it dry out. So I'm going to leave this on my face for about 30 seconds, then I'll come back and we'll rinse it off. All right, I'm rinsed off pretty good there, so I'm going to dry off really good here. And we'll get some aftershave splash on. Well, hold on. I need to get my witch hazel on first. All right, I have my witch hazel here. I'm dried off pretty good, so we're just going to take some of this. If you want a lot, if you want a little bit, don't matter. This stuff is really good. Oh yeah, that's so nice to put on your face. Right on. All right, so we got that witch hazel. I'm going to dry my hands off really good here, and we're going to take this vintage Old Spice aftershave, and we're just going to shake the snot out of it real good. And then let's pop this cap off. Let's take a hit of it. Oh man, that smells so good. That smells so good. So we're going to get some of it here. Actually, a lot of it. Try to spread it here so it doesn't waste. Not much of a sting. But man, does it smell gorgeous. Oh, wow. Oh man, that doesn't smell old at all. That smells so good. Oh yeah. Oh my God, that smells like a beautiful, beautiful cologne. That's like the soap, but on steroids. That is so good. Okay, this is some creeper aftershave here because now it's starting to sting. It didn't at first, but now it's starting to creep up on me. So my assessment of this vintage Old Spice right now, as I used it for the first time, it is the most beautiful Old Spice I've ever used. As far as the well, it's the only vintage Old Spice I've ever used. I was thoroughly impressed with the slickness. Completely impressed with the scent. It is so beautiful. If somebody tells you that they've made an Old Spice that's exactly like the old stuff, I would go get you some vintage Old Spice before you believe them. I don't want to say they're lying. They probably think it is because everybody knows it's different, right? And to me, I just don't think that any of them even compare close to this. This is on another level. The performance is better than, it's almost better than any soap I've used. The only soap that comes close to this slickness here is the Cajun Blades new Bradford 2.1 base with Eric's lanolin and duck fat. That's the only one that comes close to this. This is so slick, I could not rinse the residual off of my face. And believe me, I tried. I rinsed and rinsed and rinsed. They just don't make them like they used to, man. It's just completely amazing. I am so blown away. So Procter & Gamble, you got your work cut out for you, man. So I'm gonna let this video go here. I'm gonna end it right here. I'll be back in about 3 or 4 days, and let's see what this Procter & Gamble stuff does. Well, I'm back. It's been a few days for me. It's been a couple of minutes for you. And we're going to go over this Procter & Gamble and see how this guy compares to the vintage stuff. This shave is going to stay exactly the same except for one change. This guy right here, this badger brush right here, this vintage badger brush. This thing, I'm not using it. It tore me up big time building that lather. This solid set sterilized. Yeah, this is just a little too scritchy for me. It left me super, super irritated right here, and on my cheeks. I thought it was the razor at first, but it wasn't the razor. It was that brush right there. Way too scritchy for me. So I'm going to go with my Parker Silver Tip Badger. That one is a luxury tool. I won't get irritated with that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get my face wet. I'm going to get some pre-shave on. Because like I said, everything stays the same. Same razor, same blade. We're just gonna switch out that brush. So I am not gonna get irritated like that again. So I'm gonna get this on my face here. And then let's get it, I'm gonna dip my hands here. Let's get it worked in. I got that pre-shave worked in my whiskers pretty good. I do have this stone Roman cup here. My badger brush is soaking in here, so I'm going to get my badger brush out of here. I'm going to get all of this water. This holds a lot of water. Get the water out of there. I'm going to get this tube here. It smells nice and clean. Very nice and clean. So I'm going to get a little bit of this. And let's get this about an almond size there. That looks like it's about an almond size. Maybe I'll get a little tiny bit more there. There we go. That's about an almond size right there altogether. So I'm going to get my face wet here. Just a little tiny spritz of hydration on my face. And let's start working this lather here. And like I said, when I smelt it on the tube right now, it smells very fresh. It smells really good. While Procter & Gamble says with this formula is that they kept the formula exactly the same, except they added, well, they claim they added clary sage and frankincense to all of this. But they never state that they take anything away. And it makes me question that, because the vintage soap has a very powdery floral scent to it. And the powdery floral scent helps with the vintage, with the Shulton's longevity. So did they take that away? And if they didn't, where did it go? Because it's definitely not here. The stuff actually smells really, really good. Actually smells nothing like the old school vintage stuff. Although Procter & Gamble claimed that it's the exact same thing. They just added a couple of things. Yeah, it smells like a really good, really clean soap to me. Nothing reminiscent of the old vintage Shulton stuff, but this stuff is super, super thick, man. So I'm going to add some water, and yeah, let's just start building clouds.
Word up. Check the technique, it's peak the prophecy. Ain't no other barber touching mics with me. El Mescalero on the scene. My cream is heavy, Old Spice in the cipher. The lather's legendary, step into the dome. This is razor sharp precision, a slick execution, a high stakes collision. Two kings in the ring with a foamy proposition. This that golden age shave, the illest composition. Taking it to the lather dome. Taking it to the lather dome. Yeah! Yeah, word up, check the technique. Shulton recipe, the classic sharp line. A gentleman's code, a masculine design. Then P&G steps in with a corporate greed. Planting plastic razors, a mass market seed. They water down the legacy for the quarterly gain. But the real heads know the difference in the game. I keep my blade sharp, my lather is profound. That old school Old Spice is the only true sound. Is the only true sound. the technique, it's peak the prophecy. Ain't no other barber touching mics with me. El Mescalero on the scene. My cream is heavy, Old Spice in the cipher. The lather's legendary. Step into the dome. This is razor sharp precision, a slick execution, a high stakes collision. Two kings in the ring with a foamy proposition. This that golden age shave, the illest composition. Taking it to the lather dome. Taking it to the lather dome. Yeah. Yeah, word up, check the technique. Shulton recipe, the classic sharp line. A gentleman's code, a masculine design. Then P&G steps in with a corporate greed. Planting plastic razors, a mass market seed. They water down the legacy for the quarterly gain. But the real heads know the difference in the game. I keep my blade sharp, my lather is profound. That old school Old Spice is the only true sound. Is the only true sound. Word up. Check the technique, it's peak the prophecy. Ain't no other barber touching mics with me.
All right, I think that's ready right there. Look at all this soap that's on this brush right here. And look at all the soap that's on my face. This stuff blew up big time. Like really, really blew up. Let's check the peaks here. Oh yeah, that's ready to go. Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely ready to go. I'm gonna paint some of this stuff off on my face so we can have some for the other passes. I'm gonna go over my mustache real quick. Okay. Yeah, look at that brush. That is insane, man. I have my timeless razor here. I do have the King C Gillette razor blade in there again, so I'm gonna start on this side and we're gonna go with the grain. We're going to lather up one more time. Look at all this lather on this brush. So we're just going to get some of this on our face here. I think we're going to go across the grain on this pass. We'll do 3 passes with this Procter & Gamble. And I didn't mention earlier, but this Procter & Gamble, I don't think this is the formula. It's manufactured in India. I got this off of the Walmart website, so I believe this is the one that's manufactured here in the States. We'll go across the grain here. We're going to lather up for our last pass here. Did I say last pass? Last. Our last pass. That'll be against the grain. Let's grab some water. Let's put some water in it. Let's agitate it, see what it does. Just do one pump there. See what that does. Oh, we're really not doing much. Just like the vintage soap, it didn't really come back to life. Oh, this one did. Maybe a little tiny bit. Oh, yeah, it did. Okay, a little bit. Not really anything spectacular, but yeah, it did. It did foam up a little bit. Made a little bit more clouds. Not too much. Nothing to brag about. Yeah, that made for a nice little layer there. Okay, so we're gonna go against the grain here. I'm gonna start over here on this side. All right, that was the last pass. I'm gonna rinse off here, see where we're at. All right, I'm rinsed off there. I have maybe a little tiny, no, that's good. I thought maybe I had a little tiny bit right here, but I'm good there. I do have some residual on my face here. It's nothing like the vintage stuff, but yeah, there is some residual here. I feel like this was a really good soap. Doesn't even compare to as good as the vintage stuff, but it's really good. I do have some decent slickness here, so I'm going to rinse off a little better here. Okay, I'm rinsed off a little better there, so I'm going to dip my Allen block here in the water, and let's go over my face and see what it says. So that's all good right there. My chin's all good. My neck's all good. My cheeks is good. Okay, a good little shave there. I got BBS with that razor. That razor is just a spectacular razor. I got a little bit of a zing right here in this area, but really not much there. But this is a good soap. It smells good. It performs good. It's got some really good slickness. Got some really good residual. Got a lot of cushion. A lot of protection there. So yeah, good soap. Nothing wrong with it. The scent is good. Smells real nice and clean. So I'm going to let that sit on my face for about 30 seconds. I'm going to rinse it off. We'll get some witch hazel on my face. All right, I'm rinsed off pretty good there. So I'm just going to get dried up. Got all my face rinsed off. So just get dried up real good here. Have my witch hazel here. We're just going to get some of this in my hand here. That's good right there. Can never use too much of this stuff. Witch hazel is lovely. I've really come to love this witch hazel. I have the modern Old Spice here from Procter & Gamble. It's got the red cap here. So I'm just going to shake the snot out of it really good here. And then we'll pop this cap. We'll get this aftershave on our face and see what it says here. It's a good amount there. Oh yeah. Oh yeah, good sting right off the bat. And there's nothing wrong with this scent. The scent smells really good. It's a nice, clean, soapy scent. It doesn't smell nothing like the vintage. Although Procter & Gamble says it has all of the scent notes. But it does smell clean. It does smell good. Is it as good as the vintage stuff? No way, man. But it's good. It's good. There's nothing wrong with it. But it's just not as good as the vintage stuff. As far as the scent, oh, the scent is not even close. Doesn't even compare. The slickness, there's slickness there. But the slickness I found in the vintage soap here, whoa. Whoa. Nothing so far, modern or vintage, has compared to this guy right here. Nothing. Nothing. This is the best soap. As far as the slickness goes, it's nothing compares to it. The scent is beautiful, beautiful. There's a lot of soaps out there that smell really, really good that I would say smell just as good as this, if not better. But the slickness, guys, the slickness, it can't be beat so far, in my opinion. That's what I found. I do have a little care package that I put together for my man Chad. I'm going to send it to him. That way he can use this stuff and he can confirm what I'm saying, or maybe I'm just over-exaggerating and I'm full of it. He'll let me know. Yeah, like I said, everybody's different. Hopefully he finds this stuff to be as impressive as I did. And I want that to be confirmed, or, you know, maybe I'm just crazy. Who knows? But anyway, so yeah, the vintage stuff right here is definitely the absolute, let me get it here. There we go. Okay, this guy right here, this stuff right here, the absolute winner, hands down. No problem. This guy wins, no problem. So anyway, guys, I had a lot of fun doing this. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I don't want you guys to be discouraged from going out and getting this stuff. This stuff is good. There's nothing wrong with it. And it smells really good too. It smells nice and clean, smells updated. But if you guys want to fork out the money, I think these are getting expensive, man. If you can even find them, they're probably like about 50 bucks. And these guys here, they're going for around 30, 40 bucks. So if you want to fork out 100 bucks for a set, I would. I'm going to go get more. Because it's to me, it's worth it. It's definitely worth it. So anyway, guys, I don't want to take up too much of your time and make this video really, really long. I think I'm going to end it there. The clear winner is the vintage Old Spice, the Shulton formula. So anyway, guys, thank you so much for being here. And I hope you guys liked it just as much as I did. This was a really fun shave. This was a really fun battle. And yeah, I'll catch you guys on the next one. Hey, you guys take care of yourselves. God bless.